Hey everybody, I am super excited to show this masculine card today. It looks like this. I don't know about you, but I find that masculine cards are something that I always need in my stash. And this one is a fancy fold, but once you see it put together, so easy. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where this fold I think could be used for other things as well. Looks really impressive, but I guess if you're busy and trying to get something done quickly, it's very very effective for that. I am using a couple of retired products, but also combined with some of the new products in the January to June mini catalog. So this card is featuring the Grove dies as well as the Grassy Grove stamp set. What I really like about this is the Grassy Grove dies. It's just one single big die. And I just ran it once through my Big Boss to get that cut out. So first of all, to start off, I'm going to, I already showed you how it's all open. So opens to the left, you have the New Horizons Designer Series paper, opens to the right, just like this. So this is something that I had seen a very similar design online. And in the stamping world, we like to call it casing, where you can copy someone else's work and just give your own spin on things. So the black piece of cardstock, I'll hold it up so you can see the numbers, is 11 inches by 4 1/4. So that's just a piece of cardstock cut in half lengthwise and then scored at 5 1/2 inches. The white cardstock is 10 1/2 inches by 4 inches, scored at 5 1/4 inches. And then the Designer Series paper is cut to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And this is using the New Horizons Designer Series paper from the January to June mini catalog. So once I had my black cardstock cut, I scored it at that 5 1/2 inches and then ran it through the Big Boss using that new Grassy Grove's die cut. Folded that in half. My white cardstock also cut and put it in half. Now, in order to get, I'm not sure if I saw inside of here, I actually did some stamping on the inside. And this one I did put my moose in and punched an extra moose. This one I just made it a little bit simpler. So I'm going to do, I think, this simpler version while I have you online. But I think what's nice is that the Grassy Grove stamp set is fabulous for this. But if you don't have that stamp set, you could use any kind of nature themed stamp set. In the catalog, we have that beautiful mountain stamp set that I think would coordinate beautifully, or you could use another tree set. And of course, you could always use our Grassy Grove set as well. Okay, so I just stamped some grass and a tree on the inside. If you want to stamp like the fawn or something else at that point, you could totally as well. So this is the one part that I always tell everyone it's a little bit counterintuitive. You're going to be folding this card, and then we want the black cardstock to open in the correct card formation right to left, but you're going to insert this white piece from right to left. So because of that, I suggest like folding it in half, placing in the card how you want it to open, and then flipping it backwards to put your adhesive on it. And I'm just going to like put a couple lines of adhesive there and then flip it back on. And then I have another piece of the New Horizons Designer Series paper. I was discussing with a couple people in one of my other classes that it's so neat that this paper can really make it here. I can like that's what it's going to look like from the front. Or you could take this paper and go it from this direction and make it look more of like a sunset and kind of like a swamp. So I think it's one of those things where it gives you a completely different look depending what you like the best. And it's so hard because I think both of them are actually quite gorgeous. And this paper kind of gives you like night scenes, day scenes. I actually quite like that. I think I was going to go for the grass, but now that I see how it looks with kind of that swampish kind of look, kind of even liking that better. So the one thing I'm going to point out is once you have your white piece of cardstock folded in half, I do have that kind of that 1/8 of an inch black line periphery all around that white cardstock. And then when I put on my designer series paper, again, have like that 1/8 inch of white showing. So it should be framed in black on all 4 sides and then framed in white on all 4 sides. Once you have that on, I'm going to attach a little mousse. Now for the mousse, I just put a little bit of Tombow glue on his hooves. Closed it. Now for me, I tend to put him a little bit off to the left-hand side. Still where you see his whole silhouette where you're not bumping a tree. But I want to leave a little bit of room for my sentiment. So for my sentiment, I had a piece of soft succulent green and moved here in all of my movement at this side. It's probably underneath something. As life typically goes. Here, I thought I was so organized this morning. Just fell on the floor here. So I'm going to punch using the Label Me Lovely punch from the catalog. And I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday onto that. And I just did the stamping there in basic black. And then I have a little piece of twine. Again, this is retired, but I find that the ribbon is so hard to find. That's kind of masculine. And what I liked about this is I kind of wanted to show you the technique of some of these ribbons, because this one's kind of more of a twine, but kind of like a braided twine that you can pull it apart to kind of give that frayed look, which I think looks so nice. If you're not having to tie a bow, you're not having to flip anything. Not sure about others, but I always, whenever I see anything that's kind of this braided masculine ribbon, I always stock up. So I'm going to attach that to the back, and then I'm going to put dimensionals just along the bottom. You don't want to put any adhesive along the top rung, because then if you put the adhesive along the top, you're going to run along with issues of sticking your whole card together, which is not our goal. So I'm just putting a couple of, if you have mini dimensionals, that'll actually work even better, but I'm just clipping along the edge of a sheet that's almost used up for dimensionals, just to use it up and kind of get those flattish kind of pieces. So I'm just attaching this to the bottom of my card so that it doesn't show along the back. And then I'm just going to trim just so that it's even. Don't cut my mousse. Little sides. And then at that point, maybe fraying it just a tad bit. Oh, now I have I have little hair stuck everywhere. I'll be able to clean that out afterwards. Okay, so that's it. Super simple, super fast. Once you have your black and white cardstock done, this card's like done in under 10 minutes. If you're looking for whipping up some masculine cards for your stash, this is totally the die set that you need. Also in the die set, just to let you know, if you don't have the moose stamp, there is like a fawn and a mama deer that you can die cut out and use instead as part of that silhouette. It's just I had the moose one in my stash, and I think those big antlers, you know, just kind of fit the intended recipient a little bit better in my realm. So thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of the day.